You practice, I make progress. It's the Postman. You're listening to me on the 3 Count Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chaz Evans, and you are listening to a very special edition of the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring, Vam Williams. Yay!
Man. Come on, man. If you're going to introduce me, you got to introduce me right, man. It's the Postman, man.
You're right. You're right. You're right. All right, redo it. We're going to read it again. We're going to redo it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are listening to the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring, the Postman, Vam Williams.
My man, what's good? What's goody?
Oh man,
Let's do this, man.
It's good to have you on, bro.
Good to be on, man. You know, I can always bring a little bit of progress to this show. You know how I get down.
Oh, definitely, man. So let's get down into business. Let's introduce the roster. Introducing first, he is my tag team partner. He's the man that low-key runs this show, and he's the reason why we're actually on the air. Let me give it up for Cliff, the Red Dog Miller.
All right, new catchphrase, and I heard back. That's it. That's my catchphrase.
And introducing second, he is the 35-time basketball wearing. You know who he is. He's the idol of idols. Bare knuckle, hide your kids, hide your wife. African American Negro spiritual singing. Oh my goodness, he put himself over again. Chris Idol.
Breaking up over this.
I usually am happy to be here, but y'all got me out in the field fighting Corona today. So, yeah.
And introducing lastly, he's my little brother, and the only reason he's on this show is because he watched a lot of YouTube wrestling videos. His name is Napster. His also name is Josh, but we call him JJ.
I'd like to thank the Sidewalks for keeping me off the street. Shout out to Idol for fighting the good fight. He's on the front lines. It's dangerous out there. It's sadistic. And we're proud of you, Idol. We're proud of you. Black pride. Black pride.
I like him already. I like him better than all of y'all already. Look at that.
Oh, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. My guy, we got a good friend of ours. We got the Postman in. We got a couple questions. We're going to pick the brain of the Postman. So let me ask the first question. Who the hell is the Postman? Tell us about the Postman.
Ah, man, come on, man. You know what the Postman is, man. I show up, I deliver, and I leave, man. It's simple, man. People practice, I make progress. The Postman it's not who is the Postman. What you see is what you get. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all want to know who the Postman is, man. Postman is Vam. You 365 days of the year, man. That's the Postman. This ain't no gimmick, baby. Progress is a lifestyle, man. It's a movement, man. That's what the Postman is. That's who Vam Williams is. There you go, bro.
I love it. See, this is why I've been waiting for this, man. So Vam, how long you been wrestling? So how you get started actually? How did you get started into wrestling?
So check this out. I actually started backyard wrestling. I was shit. If I can say that on air, I was shit.
Oh yeah, there's no. Yeah. You can cuss all you want.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, you know how I get down. Shit. So, shit. Yes. Sorry. I forgot I'm at my girl's death. I can't say what I really want to say, but no, listen. I was really okay. I'm coming. I was really bad. I was really horrible, and I went one day and I met this guy named Jordan Mayberry, who everybody knows as Zulu. He was actually Jacob Practice's brother. And he said, dude, you got it. And I began to start riding up and down the roads with him. He trained me. I was able to go to SWO, and I was able to train and just go and learn new things. And I got to travel with a guy named Trip Ferreira and Mikey D, the referee. and I learned so much, but I got burnt out, and I had a son, and I was like, you know what, I want to go back to backyard wrestling, and I went back to backyard wrestling, and that's when I found who I was. I realized that I didn't need a character. My life was my character. And I stopped wrestling for titles and I started wrestling for people to hate me. My number one rule in wrestling to people to hate me and people to not talk to me. If you don't talk to me, I'm doing my job. So I had to learn that my lifestyle made my character, not my character made my lifestyle. And I left, and then earlier last year, I decided to go full force, and I skyrocketed. Like literally, I've been able to learn from some of the best. I've been able to be in the ring with a lot of great people. I'm in ACW right now, which is a drilling championship wrestling up here in Maryland, and I personally believe I'm one of the greatest heels of all time in this business. Why? Because when you hear one song, you think of me. Your baby mama can cheat on you, and my theme song can come on, and you'll think of me. You can be in the bedroom sleeping in your bed. My theme song plays, you think of me. Your mama could have just kicked you out the house. You play my theme song and you think of me. When somebody tells you to shut up, you think of me. So, hey, I'm doing my job, right?
Yeah.
Facts.
Facts. No, man, it was funny because like I saw you in the last ACW show before like everything got shut down. And I remember there was like a group of kids like up in the front, and like one of the kids was like, "Yo, give me a high five." And you low key told this kid, "I don't high five white people because you carry the coronavirus." And I died laughing. I thought it was the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. So with that,
I also tell your children that Santa Claus isn't real.
oh man. So with that being said though, man, like what's your favorite matchup? Like what's been one of your favorite matches?
Honestly, my favorite match since I've been back, honestly, I wrestled Nick, aka what's it, Sicken. I wrestled Sicken so many times that our matches become bigger and better every year. Every match. I literally got to do my first ladder match a few months ago, last year with Sicken, and it by far was one of the best matches of the night there. I've had some great matches with Chris Lee, but I really look forward. My favorite opponent so far, honestly, has to be Isaiah Frazier. I wrestled Isaiah Frazier at C3W. We did like 3 matches, and our chemistry was just there. I wish some way, somehow that our feud could have stretched out. I didn't per se like how everything shifted because I really believe that me and him had a great feud. Like you got 2 badass ego guys and they're just like, yo, I'm better than you. You're better than me. Hey, we don't care about the fans. It's who's the better man. And I really felt this though. We could have capitalized on that. So Isaiah Frazier had to be the guy that I enjoyed wrestling. I have. That is my by far the best guy I've wrestled so far since I've been back.
Nice.
Shout out to you, Isaiah. Shout out to my man Isaiah.
Definitely. And you know what's funny is we just had Nick actually as a guest 2 weeks ago. So it's funny
Whoa,
how
time
you
out.
just talk about.
No. Time out. You had the white boy going for the black man.
Hey, you gotta talk to the host of the show.
No. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Because you're the only white boy in this group right now, so I gotta talk to you. You must be the producer because everybody else ain't.
Oh, wow. Oh, and I get the producer title now. Yeah, that happened. It happened.
All right, you'll be hearing from my lawyer.
That's cool. I'll accept all donations. So where is
I don't need donations.
yeah? So where's the end goal for the Postman?
What is the angle?
Yeah, where's the end goal? Like, where do you want to be?
Make money. I'm at this. Listen, check this out. I'm not for politics. I'm not for friendships. I'm not for kissing babies. I'm not for shaking hands. I'm for making money. You put me in the ring, I'm going to deliver. When I get off that ring, you deliver that paycheck. Simple. I don't wrestle. I don't wrestle to be the best. You can have all of that. I'm wrestling to be the next great champion. I'm wrestling to go to this. No, I'm wrestling to make money. Where the money goes, I go. So there's no end goal. As long as the money is rolling in, I'ma always do this. The day the money stops is the day I stop. Progress, baby. I tell you, baby.
All right, Vam. So I got a question for you now. So we know what the postman is all about now, but where, ideally, does the postman want to wrestle the most that he hasn't been already?
There's a few promotions that I really want to get my hands in. Um, but right now, I'm I'm pride, 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 pride wrestling, fight pro wrestling. I definitely want to get my hands in some PPW. Like I said, I've been blessed to be able to work at C3W and 1CW and ACW, and I've got to do a couple of shows in Virginia, for ACPTW, whatever that I forget the company name is. Um, it's been a great ride, but there's so many places. Like I really want to wrestle in my hometown. Like, yes, I wrestle in Delaware for 1CW, but I want to wrestle in Wilmington. If I can find a company to just put on one show in Wilmington, that is my ideal place to wrestle. It's not a Pacific company. It's my hometown, because I want to show people that the postman, like, yeah, I come from a small town, but bro, listen, we give back, man. I don't wrestle in the hood. So then I'm trying to take wrestling to my hood. Feel me?
Okay. I like that answer. And my last question for you is, typically people will ask you what's the best match you've ever been in or your favorite match. I want to know what's the worst match that you've ever been in.
Are you gonna do this to me?
Oh yeah, put you in the hot seat. I want to know
Okay,
worst match.
okay. So I got 5 matches I'm gonna give you.
Oh shit!
My first match, I used to do it when I said I did backyard wrestling. There was a guy named Davey Crank who sucked ass. I chopped Davey Crank so hard that his mama felt it. I One of the worst matches ever. Why? It was the worst match because, hey, beautiful, my pregnant girlfriend's right here. Hi, baby. Listen, it was one of the worst. I'm gonna tell you why. Baby, I'm on a podcast. Chill. No, you can't. Thank you. I'll make it up in a minute. No. Okay, so listen. Davey Crank was my worst match. Was my the fifth worst match because of one reason. It was the fact that he did not play his character. Um, character is a big part in wrestling. You have to own your character. You have to own who you are. There was a part in that match where he did a flip, and one of the crowd members said, "Do another flip," and he said, "Oh, fuck you, I don't flip." But you're the baby face. I'm the heel already. So it was like he didn't know how to own his craft. Another match was against a guy named T Money. Worst match of my life. Wrestling T Money was like wrestling a bag of bricks. It was just cold and boring. I couldn't wait to get out of that match wrestling T Money. Um, God, his name shouldn't have not been T Money. It should have been Shit Money, because that's what he was. He was shit with money. Shit money. That's number 4. Number okay, number 3 was I can't name the show, but I was on the show and I had to wrestle this guy, and this guy told me that he had been wrestling for about 14 years, and I said, cool. So we went to go lock up, and some way somehow his lockup went from here to there. So it was like he grabbed my nuts in the back of my head, in the back of my head at the same time. And so I didn't want to do that. My number, what was that? Number 3? Okay, number 2.
That's three.
I like you, little man. Okay, number 2. Number 2. One of my worst matches was a triple threat, and me, Slade, and Kindred. We had to work this match and got far. This was one of the worst. This was a shit match, and it wasn't a shit match because of us. It was a lucha libre show, and it was just like, and then one of the guys was like, we're gonna come in the ring and we're gonna go clothesline. Be like, bro, you're not in our match. So like they kept playing music the whole match, and then the referee would start dancing. Be like, yo, are we dancing or are we wrestling? So then it was like halfway in the match, they had Kendrick come out. They had Kendrick come out to this, and y'all know Kendrick got this vampire gimmick. So y'all imagine Kendrick in his little gothic robe and all his fangs and blood coming out to him. It didn't look right. It looked like a creative character on No Mercy. Really bad. I'm just saying, it was so horrible. Okay, that was one number 2. My number 1 worst match. God, it sucks that it has to be in WCF again. Derek Dalton is my number 1 worst match. Guys, if y'all don't know who Derek Dalton is, he owned XMW. He was this fat, chunky white guy who looked like Bobby from off of King of the Hill, but then he also looked like Larry the Cable Guy. He got too drunk and passed out and slept with the whale from SpongeBob and had a baby. And it didn't make any sense. So Derek Dalton, that was one of the worst matches of my life. And that was worst match because all that was just shit. It was just, the matches was just, when you do backyard wrestling, I'm sorry to say this, scratch that. When you do backyard wrestling, all your matches are shit because we do whatever we want. I was watching a match one day between it was at WCF. It was between Tyrone and Tyrone, aka Shit Money, and somebody else. And I watched Tyrone try to suplex this guy, and the guy did not do. He flipped, but he took a face bump with it. And I don't. It wasn't even like a flip. It was like a, and I was like, okay. I'm just saying. And I hate people who get in the ring with me and do this. We're not going to talk about that because I'm still trying to figure out how Chaz Evans keeps stealing my moveset. We ain't going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about that. We ain't going to talk about that. All of a sudden, he trying to do the little to the rope and to the backflip and break the hole. I created that, man. Stop.
I'm not going to deny nor confirm that I took that from you. I won't deny nor confirm it.
You pleading the fifth?
I'm totally pleading the fifth on that one. Because I'm not going to lie and say I saw Bam do it one day when he was training everybody in the ring. I was like, oh, shit, that's dope as fuck. I think I can do that. And I just tried it, and yeah, I'm stuck with it. But I won't deny nor confirm that I stole it from him. But I will say I've seen him do it before. Go ahead, JJ.
All right. Professional. All right.
Bro, ain't no such thing as a professional when you on the phone with me, bro. Chill. Come on, man.
All right, I got you. All righty. So
how old are you, bro?
I'm 18. I just turned 18. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going through puberty. I thought you was like 15 when he said you were only on the show because you watch YouTube videos. I thought he was talking about you watch Fortnite videos. Damn, you.
No, not Fortnite. Nah. Anyway, what was the worst bump that you have ever taken?
Oh my God. The worst bump I ever taken was when I broke my 2 toes recently, like last year. So I was in a battle royal. It came down to me, James Ellsworth, Gilbert, and a guy named Buzz. Me being the heel. I played to the crowd, bah, bah, bah. I go to hit James Ellsworth. Boom. He to the other corner. I hit Gilbert. Boom. He does his little Goldberg pop up. So I go to the corner. The big guy Buzz comes. I hit him. He's big guy, so he does his little big guy. Oh. I go to kick him. He grabs my leg and he throws me out the ring. And as I'm falling, both of my toes go, and I broke my 2 toes instantly. And when the doctor took my shoe off, my feet was like my two toes was like this. And I lied to you not. This is when I realized I was a pro wrestler and I was no longer a backyarder because the doctor says, you need to go get that checked out. So the booker comes to me and he says, they're just gonna pop it back into place. We'll see you at training in 2 weeks. And guess where I was at in 2 weeks? Training.
Alrighty. The next question that I have for you is, what is the hardest part of being a wrestler? What do you think is the hardest part?
Psychology. And what I mean by psychology, I mean psychology in owning who you are. There is psychology in wrestling. We learn psychology 101 of wrestling and training in school, but they cannot teach you how to own your character. They cannot. I stress that to a lot of people because, like y'all stated earlier, who's the postman? That's who I am.
Right.
So the hardest part about any of it is owning your is owning yourself, like owning your character, like owning who you are and developing a character that fits you. I'm a walking kayfabe. Let's just be real. I don't kayfabe. Like my life is my wrestling gimmick. So hey.
Shit. Oh, hey. All right. I have one final question. I think every single viewer of the 3 Count wants to know this question, especially me, because I'm also a fan. Why are you so goddamn funny? Please explain. Can you explain yourself? Why are you funny?
Growing up without being a bastard child and growing up without a father. I used to sit at home and I used to wonder to myself, either I was going to rob people or I was going to be funny. And I found marijuana, and marijuana made me more funny. So you blame my daddy for me being a bastard child and me sitting in the home for hours and hours and just sitting up there making jokes to myself. I talk about my own self every day. I'm just saying, I know my hairline's messed up. I know I got a big nose. Hey, I know half of the people don't like me. Hey, I probably slept with their mama and their grandmother and their sister anyway. So, hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, my God.
All righty. So, Vam, I got some rapid fire questions for you, man. All right. So, first thing that comes to your mind. All right. We're gonna put our imaginary timer on. Ding ding. That's the timer. The imaginary. All right. Ready? And here we go. Iron Man or Captain America?
Iron Man.
Sierra Mist or Sprite?
Sprite.
AEW or NXT?
Neither.
Dream Vacation. You don't watch neither one?
I don't watch wrestling at all, to be honest with you. So
I feel you on that. Dream Vacation spot.
Somewhere with a bunch of weed and just chilling and laid back.
One thing you're afraid of.
Clowns. Oh no, butt bread. I am petrified of a piece of bread. I'm sorry.
Favorite cartoon.
Captain Planet.
Fuck
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Describe yourself in one word.
Passionate.
Nike or Adidas?
Oh, of course, baby. Nike.
MJ or LeBron?
Neither.
Favorite color?
Eagles Nation.
And last but not least, favorite curse word?
Oh, you already know. It's not a curse word, but nigga. You already know.
Oh, man. Let me tell you something, Bam. I have been looking forward all week to have you on the show, and guess what? You have not disappointed.
I never disappoint, baby. That's why my name is the Postman.
Postman. Hello?
Good morning.
I
Good
show up, I deliver, I leave. Simple.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Cliff,
Hey, I was gonna say, man, like, at low key, like, I owe a lot to you, because if it wasn't for you coming to one of the WCF shows, like, I don't know if I would have actually went through and pursued like going into like professional wrestling. I might have just stayed in the backyard scene. But the first day that I met you, and legitimately, like I was nervous meeting you because I was just like, man, this dude's coming in, and I don't know if I'm doing things right, doing things wrong. But I felt like the energy that you were given and the passion that you had behind it, and I was like, yo, like if I could meet a bunch of people like this, like this would be awesome. And low key, like I ended up meeting like so many people who have like the passion, but not like as intense as your passion is for the sport. And I want to thank you, man, just like for motivating me and getting me to go not just from the backyard but into the professional ring as well.
I appreciate that. I think a lot of times people look at me and who I am, and they say, "Oh, he's this bad, hardcore, don't give a fuck nonsense guy," and I'm like, "Nigga, I'm me." But when it comes down to wanting to help people, I generally want to help people. Like no matter what it is in life, like I've always been that way. And it's not that you did like I looked at you from the day one, and I'm like, yo, these guys are going to either do two things. They're going to take years off this little guy's career, this man's career, or he going to stay here forever and he going to say woulda, coulda, it didn't do it. So I just wanted you to be the best you can be. And you got one of the best suplexes now, thanks to the Postman, but I'm not going to take credit for it. I give you all the credit because you listened. And even for a long period of time, I can be real. I didn't like Chaz. We Chaz and Christian, we all didn't get along for the simple fact was there was a reputation about me that I was just as hard as. But it's not that I'm hard. I'm passionate about it. And I'm passionate about things, and I'm passionate about my friends, and I'm passionate about my family. And I believe that wrestling, we're family. The one thing that I miss about being in the BWA, shouts out to Chris Bomber, just because he created something so special, and we were able to go and pursue and love and just breathe a business that we didn't take the normal route as a lot of people. But now look at us, man. We're places where we thought we would never be. And when I look at guys like y'all, it makes me happy that I'm friends with y'all. Like, regardless of whether the personal issues, like at the end of the day, I want all of y'all to succeed in the business of being a wrestler. I want us to all succeed, whether it's y'all taking WCF Pro, staying where y'all at, like that's y'all. Like, I just want everybody to be happy and to just be passionate about it. Like, if you're going to do it, don't half-ass it. I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, go pro, go pro. No, because I was one of those guys who just wanted to have fun. I got into pro wrestling to make money, not to have fun. When I was in the backyard, I had fun. I lived. I loved. I was able to do things that I would never was able to do in the pro world, in the backyard scene. I stopped doing backyard because I wanted to make money, because I had to provide for my family. That's the end goal. If you got another outlet and you're gonna just take wrestling as for fun, do it. Don't let nobody criticize you. Don't let nobody else tell you, oh, don't do it. Don't take it that way. Guess what? Postman tells you, fuck them.
Facts.
Live your life.
Yeah. Once again, I want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to the Postman, Van Williams. Thank you for being on the show, man. Thank you so much. Like I said, this has been a blast, and this will definitely not be the last time you will be on this show. I can make that a statement.
Already, because next time we come on the show, I'm gonna have to tell y'all how to avoid not falling to the trap of the rat.
Bet. We'll say bet. So look forward for the next episode when the Postman shows up. He's gonna tell us not to fall for the rat. So I'm Chaz Evans here with Cliff Red Dog Miller, Chris Idol, JJ, and the Postman. This has been an episode of Now Entering the Ring with Vam, the Postman Williams. See you later. Bye. Tune in next time.
Wow, we out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is JJ, 1/4 of the 3 Count Podcast. Make sure that you follow us on all the social medias. Make sure you subscribe on all podcasting platforms. And make sure you share with all of your friends. JJ out.